It has been a while since I've done any scratch cooking. Fall is upon us, and all I have left for venison is burger. So it's chili time. I like a good sharp knife for anything. I will sharpen my knife before I cut my steak or my chicken at dinner. I just like sharp knives. So it has been a while since I've done much cooking, and this is something that I kind of just ran through the cupboards today and went, what do we have to go with some venison burger? This is sweet heat burger that we pre-seasoned before we packaged. We generally don't weigh anything when we package. We just kind of go, well, that looks like a portion for our family. And I'm guessing this may be about a pound each package. So we're gonna say we've got 2 packages of venison burger. It is sweet heat. We had a ton of leftover onions a while back, so we just froze them. And when I thawed them out, they got pretty watery. And I considered draining that, but I think that's gonna have a lot of flavor and it's gonna cook into this chili anyway. Next, we've got a couple things that are a little bit maybe oddball. We got a couple cans of some Tex-Mex corn. It's just got a little bit of flavor. I think that's really gonna help with this chili. Here's one that I haven't tried before. I haven't looked up to see if people do it, but I think I'm going to use this tomato soup as a medium in here to cook down and make my base for the chili. It's 1 quart. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Next, we've got some pulled pork rub. We've got the garlic, the onion, and some hickory flavor. We'll just toss that in as we see fit. We've got paprika, cayenne, and chili powder. A little bit of crushed black pepper. I don't know how many cloves of this garlic I'll throw in, but I'll chop some of that up, and I'm guessing we'll just go like this. 4 cloves. And a pound of thick cut bacon. I'm just going to chop this up and throw it in as well. One more thing. I've got some stoplight peppers, green, yellow, red. I'm going to chop those up as well and toss those in. I've got 2 of each. Let's get to work. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get some more of that out and just make some burgers. That's pretty smelly. Yummy smelly. Now, most times when we do chili, we throw it in a crock pot and let it simmer all day. This time, I'm gonna throw it on the Traeger. I'm gonna just put it at like 225 and just let it cook all day long. Just based on volume here, I think I'm probably just going to do 1 can of that corn. I'm already running out of room. Oh. Maybe I should have added some peppers and mixed this up before I added the soup. I'm gonna make my pan a little taller here. Guess that's what happens when you measure with your heart. Maybe this won't end up tasting like chili. Maybe it'll just be a hot dish. I don't know. It's gonna be yummy. That's what I do know. Whoops. That would have been fun to find a pepper top in the chili. I'll have to ask my kids. There's one of them that seems to rearrange the kitchen often enough. Put the things that she doesn't think we use in the basement. But somewhere I have a awesome garlic peeler. You put it in and it kind of looks like one of those Chinese torture traps. And you put the garlic in and you just like roll it around and smash it. And it takes all of this husk or whatever, the peel, away. It's pretty sweet. I wish I knew where it was. Now, I believe what my plan is I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. And in the morning, I will fire up the smoker. I'll put it at 225 and I will just let it simmer all day long. And I'll probably end up doing a little bit of a taste test. My guess is actually probably before I finish this up, I'll end up adding, there's not a whole lot of chili powder left. I'll probably just add the rest of that. And we'll do a little taste test halfway through tomorrow on the smoke and see if it needs anything else. There. Now there is a great debate that beans don't belong in chili. As you see, there are no beans here. What do you think about corn? Does corn belong in chili? I guess there's all kinds of different ways to make chili, and there's no right, wrong, or indifferent. Unless you're from Texas, then there's only being right. But I'm going to call that a pretty good mixture. Now, I mentioned that I put the tomato soup in there as my medium. If it starts to get too dry, I think I might end up putting some beef broth in there. I thought about a beer, but I think we're just going to keep this the way it is for now. We'll see how that turns out when it's on the smoker. One more thing. I started with sweet heat, but I didn't add anything to make it sweeter. I've already added more heat, but I'm going to add a little bit of this hot honey from the Savannah Bee Company. We picked this up in Pigeon Forge, maybe last year? I don't know. And it is yum yum. I've always thought I need to add it to some of my cooking, and I never seem to. I always add it to my dish at the end. So I'm going to just drizzle away. Okay, now it is time to mix that all in, cover it up for the night, get it on the smoker. It is 8 o'clock and I am just firing up the smoker. We're going to plan about 7 hours of smoke, and probably after about 5 is when I'll stir it, check it, and taste test it. It's time to fill up my hopper, and today we'll be using Traeger Signature Series. I love this pellet for anything. It's been 2.5 hours and I am impatient. I just got to see what it's doing. Ooh, that's looking pretty yummy. We are going to stir it up so it doesn't become meatloaf. I like the consistency so far. I like how it's breaking down. Oh, that looks like chili. Oh, I think we're gonna like this today. That bacon, that smoke. My guess is if somebody liked mushrooms, they could probably add that. That's not my gig. I'm not a mushroom guy. All right. That was a good check. We're gonna let that keep going. We've got 2.5 hours remaining in our planned smoke. That's looking really good. Smelling pretty good. Guess the only thing left to do is to try to taste it. It's got great flavor. It's very hot, you know, because it just came off of a grill. Oh, I like that. I ran out of chili pepper yesterday. I ran out of chili powder yesterday, so I figured I'd pick up a little bit more and just sprinkle a little extra. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna stir that in. And I got one more thing I want to add in. Since I was at the store, I grabbed some poblano peppers. They're really not that spicy. They've just got good flavor. They're kind of like a little bit of a mild green pepper, I guess. So I'm gonna not really stir them in. I'm just gonna roast them on top for the last 2.5 hours. And then it's eating time. Moment of truth has come. It's time to pull this. Oh, that is chilly.